Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another reaction video. Today we're going to be watching, reviewing, and reacting to episode 12 of All of Us Are Dead. Okay, so we've reached the finale. And if you guys saw my reactions, particularly to the last couple of episodes, you know that I'm currently feeling rather traumatized and upset about certain events, and I've been trying to retain a sense of hope about especially the survival of a certain character, but I really don't know. I really have no clue what's gonna happen in this final episode. I'm just... whew, I'm nervously anticipating it. So let's just get into the finale here and keep your fingers crossed. Okay, guys? There we go. Oh, jeez. Can we tell, like... Can we even tell? Like, how could you even be sure, like, that was him? It seems like you can't even tell, because they're also covered in ash, but nobody's moving. It's certainly the case that no one's moving.
가자.
나 이렇게는 못 가겠어. 미안해. 잠깐만 기다릴래? 아니다. 먼저 가. 금방 따라갈게.
What are you doing? Wait, what is she doing?
이정산이 나쁜 새끼야! 아무 냄새도 안 나. 아무도 없어. 정산이한테 인사하고 가자. 좀비들이랑 같이 있었으니까 니들도 나처럼 좀비는 아니지만 인간도 아니다. 그렇게
I
생각한
mean,
거 아닐까?
that is the case, but it's
그런 말
not your
하지 마.
fault.
나 니들이랑 이렇게 끝까지 같이 가도 될까? 넌 여전히 우리 친구고 우리만 반장이야. 너 없었으면 우리 여기까지 못 왔어. 그래도 넌 지금까지 안 변했고 앞으로도 그럴 거야.
They're following the yellow tape markings from her dad. Told you that guy was smart. Yes, girl! Do that to all of them! Go! You're strong enough! Get them! Use your zombie strength! Ooh! To lose another. Oh no!
무슨
씨발, 이럴 줄 알았어.
괜찮아? 괜찮아. 미안해.
나 말 계속 쏴라. 알았지? 포기하지 마라. 알았지?
jeez. Jeez. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh.
남나야 왜 혼자 있어? 가자. 오지 마. 같이 가자. 응? 오지 말라고 했잖아! 물어도 돼? 나 괜찮아. 괜찮아, 남나야.
아빠는? 아빠 만났어? 아빠 너한테 간다고 나갔는데.
왜 그랬어요? 우리 버린 거 맞잖아요.
조사에 협조만 잘해주면
아니요. 나 다시는 어른들한테 아무 부탁 안 할 거예요. 그러니까 나한테 어떤 협조도 부탁하지 마세요.
I mean, I would be just as cynical as they are right now. They did abandon them. They fucking abandoned them on that roof. It's a memorial. Oh. No.
어제 산에 올라갔다가 모닥불 봤어. 누가 학교 옥상에 불 피운 것 같았어.
옥상에? 진짜로 본 거야?
They think.
잘못 봤을
Could be
수도
number.
있지만 확실히 본 것 같아. 남나가 그랬거든.
Oh,
우리
she
다시 만나면
did.
꼭 다시 모닥불 피우자고.
She did say that. Is my copium like? I knew it. I fucking knew it. They're all going.
말하지 말라고 했잖아.
야, 너무나 이거 진짜. 누나, 우리만의 비밀이라고 했잖아.
잘안 돼.
Are these like offerings? Hmm.
뭐야?
나 저거 못 버렸어. 준영아, 다음엔 한 박스 사다 줄게.
The fire.
누굴까?
혹시 우리처럼 학교로 돌아와 보는 거 아닐까?
그 유튜브 하거나 그런 애들 아닐까?
Oh my
막
god.
휴가처럼 그런 애들.
No.
아니. 남나야. 남나가 우리 보고 싶어서 그런 걸 거야.
그걸 어떻게 알아?
몰라, 근데 알 것 같아.
왔냐?
어. 어.
반장.
나 아직도 반장이야? 보러 가고 싶었는데 그러면 안 될 것 같아서.
아니야, 괜찮아. 가자. 같이 가자.
여기 할 일이 좀 남았어.
무슨
What?
할 일?
나 같은 애들이 몇 더 있더라. 몇 명은 학교 밖으로 도망간 것 같은데 아직 남은 애들이 있어.
너 좀비 아니야. 그런 말 하지 마.
학생이 그렇잖아. 어른도 아니고 애들도 아니고. 나도 그래. 사람도 아니고 괴물도 아니고.
아니야. 우리랑 같이 있자. 우리끼리는 괜찮아.
아니야?
아니, 맞아. 어디 있어도 우린 친구야.
그럼 됐어. 또 왔다.
The others like her. Ooh. He's like, come back, I love you. What? That's the end? That's how they're gonna end it? No! What? Are you kidding me? How is that the end? Oh my god. Okay, so I'll just say, I guess the positive about that ending, right, is that it's kind of a cliffhanger, so it's maybe suggesting that they're gonna try and do a season 2. And it certainly does leave open some interesting possibilities, I'd say. Right? In the sense that she's clearly, like, come to terms more with her state of being and who or what she is. She's saying that, okay, so she's not actually a human anymore, but she's not a monster either. She's something else. She's some sort of like in-between state, and she compared it to the childhood adult sort of situation that, you know. And then she just jumped off the roof in front of them. So, like, she's clearly coming to terms with her physical abilities. And it also was pretty interesting because, like, every time that we saw her previously manifest super strength or anything else along those lines, first she had the whole, like, her eye drooping and getting bloody and gross looking, and like she was getting the blood urge taking over her. But that didn't happen this time before she jumped off the roof. In fact, she seemed pretty in control of exactly what she was doing. So I'd be super curious what she's been up to this past 3 months and how she's been kind of like coming to terms with her abilities and learning to control them. And she said, I still have work to do here. So I personally, it's super interesting to me. She said there's others like her that I guess that she's with, and that there's others like her that she hasn't found yet, is the implication. So is she becoming like a leader among them? which is interesting since she was kind of put into the leadership position just because of the wealth of her mother, and she didn't really want it, but then she seemed to kind of step up throughout the show anyway, and then she seemed pretty comfortable in it there at the end. So, look, clearly they set us up in such a way that there could be a season 2 that potentially would focus on the existence of these half zombies in some way, which would be super interesting and very different. Would be an interesting direction for the show to take. So obviously you know where I'm going with this, right? Because of my coping situation. So Chang Sung could be one of them, right? Like, maybe he's with her. Maybe he's one of them. Maybe he's out there. Like, he did become like a half zombie and he is out there, and like he just, like, she's gonna bring him back or with her, or he wasn't ready to like see them or something. Maybe there's still a chance. I mean, they had Anjo, like, the I love you messages, and like, so clearly she's come to a certain realization about her own feelings towards him in this time period as well. So yeah. Though the other interesting thing though is that if Chang Sun, if he did become a half zombie and managed to survive, it would probably also mean that Guinam survived and that he pulled him down there. So then, would he also be with them? Would there be conflicting, like, fighting groups among these half-zombies? Like, I'd be really curious about that as well, because Chang Sun saved him. If they lived, it would only be because he was saved, right? Or possibly, or at least he tried to. So I don't know if that would have some sort of impact, or the fact that they all are, like, the same entities in a world where there's hardly any of them. But it also kind of looked like she was wearing the same sort of jacket that he was wearing throughout the show ever since he became a half zombie. So that's interesting to me. So if they were to, I feel like, okay, so maybe, again, it's just my copium speaking, but I feel like if they were to do a season 2 and focus quite a bit on the whole half zombie sort of situation, they'd have to bring the two of them back, right? Because we only know of 3 definite half zombies, and if Chang Sun is one of them, then there'd be 4, but we only know of 3, and Yoonji, we don't know what the hell happened to her, if she's still off somewhere being experimented on, or if they tried to burn her to dispose of her or whatever, but she was in the possession of the military. So I can't imagine that they would end up doing, if they do a second season, and it did go down those lines of partially focusing on this group, I can't imagine that they would just have Namra and then a whole bunch of other characters that we've never heard of or never met. You know, and excluding Yoonji, that leaves just Guinam and possibly Chang Sun as if it could happen, you know? So I would feel like they would have to include them, right? Like, out of everyone else we've seen, that's it, yes? So, otherwise it would just be Namra and a bunch of characters we've never met. And then however they end up interconnecting with the small group of human survivors. And if there's actual zombies out there, you know, again, maybe it's just me hoping, but yeah. I really hope so, because I really want him and Anjo to see each other again. And I don't want it to be over. But that was a really good show. I was getting extremely emotional. I think you guys saw again in this episode, I was getting worked up and crying multiple times. They did a great job in this series of making me care very much about a lot of these characters and their relationships to one another, and believing that they really cared about one another as well, so that when the deaths happened, it was brutal. and you could feel this the sadness and the grief amongst them. A lot of like young actors and actresses in this, and I thought they did a really great job. It was really fun to watch them. I didn't really know any of them except for, what is the actress's name? Oh my god, what is the actress's name? She played Nayeon, and she was also in Squid Game, playing a very different character, I might add, but one that also, you know, made me cry. So, but she was the only one that I knew out of the cast, but I thought they did a really great job, all the young actors and actresses. I thought Changsung was a standout to me. Namra was a interesting character, fascinating character, was a standout, and Guinam, the actor that played him, I thought did an amazing job, because like I was so upset with that character throughout the course of the show, and he definitely had almost like a Terminator sort of presence of fear inducing in everybody, and it didn't start out that way. It was a kind of morphing process over time, but then of course at the end it broke a bit, because Changsung was always able to see through that, the like facade that he was putting on, and call him out on it. He was the only one really, and yeah. So I thought that was a really great performance. Those two in particular, like I thought, their dynamic was really fascinating to see. Oh, but I really wanted him. Onjo, poor Onjo. But yeah, so the show really hurt me. Hurt me emotionally, and I really want there to be a season 2 and for those characters to come back. And but it was a really good show. I'm very glad that I watched it. I'm sad it's over. So, all right. You guys let me know your thoughts as well. How did you feel about the series? How did you feel about the ending? Do you think there will be some surprise returns if there's a second season, or are they just dead? Yeah. Are there any open-ended questions that you still want addressed or are super curious about? Just your thoughts in general, I'd be curious to hear. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.